Hey students, today we are still talking about the life cycle of a plant. Here is our standards. Observe and describe the major stages in the life cycle of a plant. We know the different stages that a plant goes through in its life cycle. Our objective, we're continuing to investigate the life cycle of a plant. We'll check out our root viewer, see how our little plant friends are doing. Our essential question, we know what the steps are, so we've gone over that, and we know our vocabulary words. Today we'll talk more about germination, day 3 of our plant. Let's check in on them and see what they're doing. Okay, here is my radish. You can still see the seeds, they're kind of clumped up together. They're not doing a whole lot yet. This will probably take a while, so if we don't see anything this week, that's okay. I'll keep them in my windowsill, and we'll check again next week. My carrot, they're all about on the same level of doing nothing. Maybe they're tired. But we'll check back tomorrow, and again next week. I think they need a little bit more sun. It's been kind of overcast here, so I might need to move them. Okay, we have 2 passages to read today, and then we will synthesize them. So we'll put them together and answer some questions about them. Here's our first article. This is called, What Do Plants Need?
What Do Plants Need? By Rochelle Kreisman. Plants are living things. They depend on water and light to help them grow. But how do plants find what they need? They get it from the world around them. Plants get water from the soil. They get light from the sun. Many plants have roots, stems, and leaves. Roots keep a plant attached to the soil and help the plant take in water. Water moves up the plant's stem to the leaves. The stem also supports the plant so it stays up straight. Leaves take in light energy from the sun. The leaves use water, light energy, and a gas called carbon dioxide to make glucose. Glucose is a kind of sugar. It is food for the plant. Yes, plants make their own food. They use it to grow.
That's pretty cool. So they make their own food and they use it to grow. So that's what plants need. We know they need water and light to help them grow. They also need soil, sun. We learned about the different parts of a plant. Come on, indeed. Okay, so they have roots, stems, and leaves. Our leaves make glucose, which is a type of food for their plant. Okay. Our next article is called Seeds Need to Move. So here we are going to learn about how seeds move around. Our picture here, it looks like a little bee on a sunflower.
Seeds Need to Move by Rochelle Kreisman. A plant starts life as a seed. When that seed grows into a plant, that plant makes new seeds. Those seeds, too, can grow and turn into more new plants. But did you know that not every seed grows into a plant? To become a plant, a seed has to travel. That is because seeds need room to grow. A seed has to be far enough away from other plants so that it gets the sunlight and water it needs. If a seed falls to the ground too close to its parent plant, it may not grow. Of course, wind can spread the seeds for many plants. But some plants depend on animals to move their seeds. Those seeds are called hitchhiker seeds. They travel on something else that moves. Many hitchhiker seeds are prickly. They have tiny rows of hooks. The hooks can stick to fur or feathers. Hitchhiker seeds can travel for miles on an animal's body. Then they fall off or are removed. If they fall in a place that is good for growing, the seeds will grow into plants too.
Okay, so now we have some questions to answer. Let's see. Okay. Number 1. What are 2 things that plants depend on to help them grow? So 2 things, I'm using this article. What are 2 things plants depend on to help them grow? They depend on water and light to help them grow. Number 2. What do leaves use to make glucose, or food, for the plant? The leaves use water, light energy, and a gas to make glucose. So they use water, light energy, and a gas to make glucose. Okay. Number 3. We're using our other article, this one, for this question. Why does a seed need to travel in order to become a plant? This says to become a plant, a seed has to travel because seeds need room to grow. So seeds need to travel because they need room to grow. Okay, I'm going to skip the rest of the questions because we're running out of time. So we learned about why seeds need to move and what plants need to survive.
Plants give back. They're giving back to the health of our environment and to the health of people. They're part of our lives in every aspect of our lives. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. It's all about plants. The U.S. Botanic Garden is located on a national mall near the U.S. Capitol. At the Botanic Garden, we're really trying to inspire people about plants and why plants are important, but also to get them interested in gardening sustainably and also in living more sustainably through plants. We can weave that into just about everything we do.
The U.S. Botanic Garden is a living plant museum. Our intent is to represent plants to the American people and to the world, and our hope is that we help people understand that plants are not optional. They are the basis of our food supply, they are the basis of our culture, and without plants, we would not be able to exist.
And what do you think those pods are?
Isn't that where chocolate comes from?
You're right. You're right. Did you guys think that chocolate actually comes from a tree?
No.
No? You're going to take those pods and they're going to split them open. And on the inside, that's where you're going to see the 20 to 60 cocoa beans or chocolate beans.
Hopefully, no matter what room you go through in the conservatory, when you walk in the room, you'll just say, aha, I didn't know that. This is the vessel fern, and this is one of the original plants.
Wow. So some part of this is from 1842.
It is, because it's divided, and so it's actually the same genetic material.
Wow, that's really cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. The beautiful ferns.
The conservatory presents different environments for people to appreciate, different kinds of plants, different kinds of climates, and the point here is that there are many different kinds of ecosystems on Earth. I'd like to tell you about this plant here. It's timber bamboo, and go ahead and give it a touch there.
Whoa.
It's nice and smooth.
It's
Doesn't
so
it feel
soft.
great?
It's glaze.
And it grows in the tropics.
It's really cool.
We also like to highlight medicinal plants and why they're valuable from a therapeutic and medicinal standpoint. It's very important to sustainably harvest medicinal plants and any kind of plants so that they are there to continue to reproduce and be there for future generations as well.
All the plants growing in here are important in medicine. And one of the ones that I'd love to point out is this Madagascar periwinkle. This plant contains alkaloids vincristine and vinblastine, which are very important in treating childhood leukemia and Hodgkin's disease.
Wow.
So it actually makes it one of the most important medicinal plants in the world. And this is really an interesting plant. It's called the happy tree. And two scientists discovered that it has anti-cancer properties in extracts from the leaves. And so as research continued, they've been able to make an over-the-counter drug, which is now for sale and is saving thousands of lives.
Wow. The U.S. Botanic Garden has many endangered species in its collections. One of the endangered plants we feature in the conservatory is Welwitschia, and it's an interesting plant because it's the only species in the genus, the only genus in the family, and the only family in the order. It has 2 leaves that grow for the entire length of its life, and the plant itself can live to be more than 1,000 years old.